Greetings and salutations. This is episode 2 of So Much Pain, a series of videos where I process my pain, where it came from, how it has affected my life, and how I've passed that pain to others in my life. My name is Les, also known as Forrest. That is my artist name. And I am the founder of BrothazNeedTherapy, a mental health movement for men that just gets brothers talking about our pain, our issues, our trauma, and kind of exposes us to forms of traditional and non-traditional therapy. Before I get to this episode, I just want to thank everybody that has given me feedback. It was all positive. Yeah, it was a lot of good feedback. A lot of people were saying this was needed. They thanked me for being vulnerable. Just my vision for this is just get more of us men talking about our shit, because we hold it in so much. We sweep it under the rug, and eventually it's going to address us. Like I said, yeah, if you don't address your shit, it's going to address you. And also, before I get into this next episode, I will say that I need help with BrothazNeedTherapy. I am in the process of putting together a resource list of therapy services. So if you're a therapist or a social worker or a life coach or a yoga instructor, or you offer any sort of fitness or nutrition, please reach out to me. I would definitely want to partner with y'all. We could work out some sort of deals, for these brothers, because I know therapy can be expensive. Even a lot of these healthy options can be costly. But I will say to the brothers, man, therapy is an investment. It is. And also too, you can go ahead and go to the website, and you can check out the merch. Got mugs, got book bags, got t-shirts, and all your purchases go to the operational cost of BrothazNeedTherapy. Goes into buying shirts for brothers. What I do is I, purchase the shirts, take them out in the community, and give them out for free and collect brother stories. I also vision for BrothazNeedTherapy is to increase my street ministry team, where I go out and I hand out supplies to the homeless brothers out here. I also pray for them as well. God is my source. So I don't push it on anybody, but that is what has helped me stay grounded in this crazy world. Let's get right to it. In the first episode, I discussed the physical abuse that I suffered at the hands of my father. And like I said before, there was forgiveness there. I had to forgive myself. And then I was able to forgive my father. And he called me up one day a few years before he passed away. And he apologized. He recognized, he took accountability and recognized that he went too far, because, that's all he knew. That's all he dealt with. The whoopings he experienced were way worse than what I got. So it was a beautiful moment. He cried, we cried, I cried together. Yeah. So, but I really miss him. I do. He was my hero. He was my cheerleader. He was one of the hardest working men that I knew. Shout out to Pops, man. I know he's up there just cheering me on and sending me back to all the codes. But yeah, for this episode, I will be discussing my mom. And I have to put a disclaimer first. I love my mom dearly. She is a dope woman. I know I'm biased, but I know a lot of folks that do not love their moms. They don't have a good relationship with their moms. Like, fortunately enough, my mom is not strung out on drugs. My mom is not in prison. My mom is not homeless. She has lived a great life. I will say that, and I'm very much proud of her. And yeah, if you ever watch this, Mom, I love you. I do. I'm actually getting ready to go out to Hawaii to see her. I enjoy these once a year trips out there. Um, yeah, I need a vacation. I need a reset. So yeah, definitely will be giving her a big old hug and just reminding her that all this comes from love, and I am in a season of um, just running right to my pain. And for so long, I have had to be fake with people and not didn't feel like I could tell them how I really felt. And I just feel like when you keep it 100 with folks, it's just easier to navigate in this world, especially in this world of passive aggressiveness. So yeah, let's go ahead and get right into it. I feel it's important to talk about this because every one of my relationships with women, well, let me rephrase that. When it comes to my romantic relationships, and especially my romantic relationships, I date these different versions of my mom, but the common theme is the fact that they're all emotionally unavailable. And even with my trying to keep this as, well, you know what, fuck it. I ain't worried about the political correctness. When it comes to my female friends, I can be very combative, especially when I feel like they're trying to tell me what to do. And I'm like, after I left home, my own mama couldn't tell me what to do. And even growing up, there's a lot of back and forth, just with her. And but yeah, as I'm getting older, I've learned to have more compassion for her, more grace for her, because I realize that she's a woman. I think a lot of us forget that about our moms, that they are women and they go through a lot of things with their bodies, with their images of self, all the things they deal with putting up with us men. Um, their sexuality, just everything about being a woman is just, man. I really, let's just say at this, I would not want to be a woman. I'll keep it. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. Because imagine having to just be out in the world and always being afraid of some dude coming along and either like violence toward you, or worry about being raped, or being scanned by us. And then on top of that, you've got to deal. Yeah, we got to deal with the sexism. And then of course, black women have to deal with the racism. And then they got to deal with each other. Um, I just saw that video of Cardi B getting that drink thrown on her, and then she retaliates with the throwing a mic at old girl, and now Cardi's gonna have to face battery charges. Like, it is hard being a woman. Um, I will say that it's hard being a person, but being a woman, yeah, that's a lot of weight to carry. Um, but let me talk about my favorite woman, my mom, and she was um, she was 18 when she met my dad. No, she was 18 when she married my dad. She was actually 13 when she met my father. One day I got to document their love story because it's beautiful. They met in Baltimore, Maryland, at a church Passover, because they were both members of Church of God and Saints of Christ. So yeah, so they had, my mom, she got married at 18. She ended up telling me later that she got married just to escape home. Um, which she never really told me about anything bad going on. There's a lot of things my mom hasn't told me about her life, and when, because I'm a boy, so A lot of things you women don't want to tell us. If I was a girl, then I probably get all the tea. But yeah, my mom, very intelligent woman. She aspired to be an accountant. When she was still going to school after she got married, um, but then she got pregnant with me, and so that kind of derailed her school aspirations. So I came along, and she pretty much made the decision to be a stay-at-home mom. So she took care of me, and then as well as my brother, he came along about 5 years later. Of course, she was married to my father, so she followed him to Germany. My dad was in the army, so of course, following him, go along with him, and she stayed at home with us, more with me than my brother, because this was about the time she went back to school. But yeah, she ended up going back to school, getting her degree in accounting, and then ended up becoming a certified public accountant. It's dope. I'll never forget watching her going. I would go to bed and she'd be at that table studying, and then I would wake up and she'd be right there studying. Um, and her being an accountant and working in that corporate office, she would tell us like the only black men that she would see in the office were janitors, and she knew that she wanted more from me and my brother, and so she pushed us. Um, but at the same time, she was very overprotective with us because uh, right when I was about 5, um, her her baby brother, my uncle, he was killed in a car accident. He was the only one, killed in the accident. They were coming back late from Chicago and trying to hurry up, rush, get back to work, and got into a car accident. And he was the only one in the car that died. And I will never forget that. That phone call is burned into my memory because I'll never forget my mom's just that cry. And yeah, the funeral and all that, but she never really talked to us about how I made her feel. But it just turned into um, her being overprotective. I was very sheltered growing up, and um, well, before I get to that, it's just rather funny because my mom does not remember the time I was born, but she knows it was after Dynasty went off. Like my mom loved her stories. She loves soap operas and westerns, and of course, I that's what I was exposed to. In my early formative years. So I feel like that's why I like a lot of drama in my relationships. And so, yeah, yeah. Um, but of course, after my uncle died, my mom, yeah, she was real overprotective. I really couldn't go anywhere for real. It was always no, 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 no. I used to hate asking to go places because it was this whole ordeal. And a lot of times it felt like she wore the pants in the house because there used to be times I'm like, Dad, would you get your dick back? Quit getting dick chopped off so damn much. And my mom had a mouth on her, man. My mom had a mouth on her, and she loved to shop. Yeah, we would be out them stores waiting for her to shop, 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 shop. That was her. That was her therapy. Um, but yeah, I was very sheltered. I could go places here and there, but it was just a whole like it was a lot, and I wasn't allowed to listen to secular music. I would have to hide it. There were times when my parents would raid my room. My mom would take my music, anything with a parental advisory sticker on it. I just got to make sure I got time because I'm in an Airbnb and there's quiet hours. Yeah, and so she would take my music, and um, I felt felt like things were good with us, me and my mother, until like puberty hit, and that's when things got weird. And I know it's hard for her to raise two black. Like she was the only man, she was the only woman in the house. Like it was my dad and me and my brother, and so she didn't have a girl to really like relate to. It would have been funny having a sister in the house. Like them battles would have been funny to watch. Uh, but yeah, there was the overprotectiveness, but also there was accountability. And my mom taught, like both of my parents, but definitely my mom, she raised us to be independent, to be accountable, which I'm very thankful for because I don't understand. When I see these mama's boys that let women take care of them or whatever, I'm like, nah, my mom did not baby us at all by any means. She also, schools are very important. We were always reading book reports. Did book reports every summer. Any break we had, anytime we got punished. Oh yeah, to go hand in hand with the whole whoopings I experienced with by my father. I I had a lot of resentment for my mother because she would hear us in there, just screaming, and it's like because I felt like my dad was trying to kill me, and she never like stopped it. But then just later in conversations with her, um, she would tell, she would say that she was scared. My father, who was who he was, and was spared a rod, spoiled a child. But a lot of times, I felt like she was sending me off to like the sentencing, knowing what was coming with it, and just not. Yeah, even when I used to try to plead my cases, no matter what, my mom was always right, and yeah. But she made sure education was important, and she used to have all my teachers on speed dial. I couldn't get away with shit when it came to school. And I feel like this is going to require a part two. So, you know what? I'm going to stop here. In the part two, I'm going to discuss, yeah, just go into how things went when I went away to college, how my relationship with my mom has changed over the years, and how um, my relationship with her has definitely elements of it has shown up in my relationship with other women, the women I've dated, the women I've interacted with, the women I have slept with. So yes, that's what I go ahead and do. So yeah, like I said before at the beginning of the video, I need help with Brothers Need Therapy. So if you want to reach out, if you need a prayer request, if you want to make any financial donations, I would prefer you buy merch, but you can also um, hit me up on the Cash App. I'll definitely put it in the show notes. But right here is $ Brothers, BROTHAZ, need, NEED, therapy. For y'all military folks, that is Bravo, Romeo, Oscar, Tango, Hotel, Alpha, Zulu, and then need a therapy. .com is Brothers Need Therapy on Instagram. Definitely check out the YouTube channel. And tell a friend to tell a friend about what I'm doing over here. I appreciate you. Oh yeah, once again, I know I've probably said it before, but if you want to send in some prayer requests, I would definitely pray for you. And you know what? I'll close it out with this. Heavenly Father, we just come to you today. Just thank you for your grace and mercy, your wisdom, your protection. Just guide us, lead us out here in this crazy world. Heal those that need healing, mentally, physically. Um, and if anybody wants to come to you, Lord, just make a way. And in your name we pray, amen. Y'all be great, and I will see y'all on the next episode, God willing. Peace.